is it just a combination of the team keeping just the players out, opponents out of the paint better?
Well, I think it's both. Steven's an outstanding defender, but we've got other guys who can guard, and it's just a matter of developing trust in one another. I mean, Eric Bledsoe's obviously an all-defensive team guy. I think that Lonzo Ball's certainly capable of defending at that level. So when your guards can defend like that, that is a big part of it. We've talked about Steven. Brandon's very capable as a defender, and Zion's got good instincts off the ball. It's been a little bit tough for him in that he's got to guard a lot of perimeter players like last night. And then Josh Hart, to me, is a very good defender. So, we should be a good defensive team. We should be. Now, we've got some areas that we've got to shore up. I'm still not thrilled with our transition defense. Our closeouts have got to be harder and better to contest threes. And our communication certainly needs to improve on pick and rolls, but it took a step forward last night.
Coach, this is Jim from Pelicans.com. You mentioned earlier the team reducing how many fouls it commits. How do you get a team to do that? Is it about, better positioning? Is it about, the right amount of aggression on defense? How do you, coach that as far as getting them to be successful at not committing so many fouls?
That's really an individual focus for them. We've talked about, the fouls we want to eliminate, the bailout fouls where a guy beats you half a step on the dribble, and instead of trusting your help, you just reach down and slap. Steven does a very good job with verticality. That helps. And we've made points about, not holding cutters and things like that. So if you just cut down on the lack of discipline fouls, the leaving your feet on shot fakes, fouling three-point shooters, those kind of things, you can go a long way. And so far, we've been pretty good with that.
Coach, clearly y'all have a small sample size right now. Sorry, Caroline here from Pelicans Radio. Y'all have a small sample size with the 3 games you've played, but I'm curious, at one point we were talking about clutch time being a struggle for the Pelicans, and last night, obviously they got it done. When you're talking about a green team like this, a young team, you have some veterans, what goes into securing a clutch time win like that?
Well, we did it, at the defensive end of the floor and with our rebounding. Brandon, over the last few minutes, sort of carried us running pick and rolls with him. He did a great job, but then he had a couple turnovers late, and our defense had to go down and hold. So I thought we were able to find a way to make some plays to get back in front, but then it was really our defense that closed it out.
Hey, Stan, Scott Kushner with NOLA.com. What aspect of Brandon and working with him, coaching him, watching him these first 3 games, what stood out to you the most? It just seems like he's really taken ownership of this team in a lot of ways.
Yeah, great confidence. I mean, I think he's got great confidence in his game, number one, and his work ethic is great. So he spends a lot of time working on his game. He watches film. He wants to get better. I think he really works at it. And, and then he's got, because of the work he puts in and the preparation he does, he's got great confidence.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
All right. Thanks.
game against Miami, it kind of got away from you guys in the second quarter. We heard a lot about just a few of the fixes on the defensive end. How do you think you guys, I guess, kind of cleaned up some of those things in last night's game that cropped up in the second quarter against Miami?
I feel like it's all just more like a mental thing, just having the mindset to do stuff. And we came out with that mindset yesterday, so did a really good job.
What's up, Jackson's Will from The Athletic. Coach mentioned that he wanted to give you a little longer stretch of minutes just because he felt like, just giving you 4 or 5 minutes here and there wasn't enough. Just what's been a message from the coaching staff as far as what they want you to improve upon on both sides of the court just to get more consistent minutes?
Just being in the right spots on the defensive end, just communicating more, doing the right things on the offensive end, just knowing our stuff, and then doing what I do and go doing some little extra stuff every once in a while.
Jackson, Scott Kushner from the Times-Picayune. What about Brandon has really stood out this year, maybe even compared to last season? It feels like he's taking a little bit more ownership, and especially the way he finished the game last night.
I feel like B just getting more comfortable down here. Last year was his first year. As a second-year guy coming off an all-star year, so I feel like he's just a lot more comfortable.
What does that mean to you guys to have someone who's kind of gaining in that leadership role and gaining just kind of the comfort on the floor?
It means a lot. Him and some of the other guys on the team help make us run. So once we see him start getting going, then all of us are going to start getting going.
Hey, Jackson, this is Jim from Pelicans.com. A couple minutes ago, I asked Coach Van Gundy about how, as a team, one of his goals is that he wants to reduce fouls in terms of how many you guys have committed. For you individually, do you feel like you're making progress in that area? And are there certain things that you're trying to cut out as far as, fouls that aren't necessary?
Yeah, most definitely. Last year, I always picked up a lot of like little cheap little fouls, and just probably just being in the right spots has helped a lot. Just learning our defense and stuff like that just kind of takes you away from getting fouls and just knowing what to do.
Hey, Jackson, Aaron with Fox Sports New Orleans. I'm curious to know in what ways has going up against Steven Adams every day at practice helped your game this year?
It's helped a lot. Just going from playing against him to being on this team, you pick up a lot more stuff from him because you see him every day instead of every once in a while from games. So it's just been a lot more helpful this year. I talked to him, pick his brain.
All right. Thank you, Jax. Appreciate it.
Of course. Have a good one. Happy holidays.
Eric, Christian Clark here with Noel.com. Why do you think you guys were just on the same page defensively last night? Just what was working on that end?
Like I said, we practice it, man. We're gonna win games. You got to be based on that. We're not gonna shoot the ball good every night, but we can control, our effort on the other end of the floor. And I thought we did a great job collectively as a group, but just staying poised and patient. Knowing they was gonna go on their run and stay locked in.
Hey, Vlad, it's Andrew from ESPN. Can you just kind of walk us through that final play last night and what kind of led you to see, where you needed to be to end up getting that block?
I just think it was bad spacing, honestly. I was on DeJounte Murray, and he was in the corner. He shook up trying to get the ball for, DeMar. And, a great player tried to make great plays like DeMar did. And, unfortunately, I was right there and, came up with no block.
It's Scott Kushner with NOLA.com. What about playing with Brandon Ingram has kind of surprised you or impressed you, I guess? Just you've only been here a few weeks and to kind of see what he's done these first 3 games.
Just how he coming into his own, man. How he staying confident. No matter if he, got it going or not. You can see that Toronto game, he didn't have it going early. He kind of waited, let his teammates, play, and then he caught up late and ended the game for us. And he's doing the same thing, keeping us in ball games, giving us a chance to win, literally by itself. So we just got to help him out there when we can, get better space and cut out the ball, things like that. So I think he's doing a phenomenal job.
I mean, quick follow up. You saw him kind of play from afar for a couple of years. Did you sort of see this kind of player, or have you had a different appreciation for him kind of playing alongside him?
Oh, no, you definitely get a better appreciation for him. Last year you kind of saw, how good of a player he was. And, this year, what teams and defenses and schemes coming at him is. So I'm very impressed with how well he's adapting these games right now.
Hi, Eric. This is Ollie with the Bird Rights. Having been on a couple of really good defensive teams up in Milwaukee, how do you see this group in comparison? Like, for instance, you guys have really seemed to do a good job of locking down the paint, not allowing opponent shots. I mean, do you see any comparisons yourself into what you guys did in Milwaukee now here under Dan Gundy?
Long, athletic. We got all the tools. Great individual players, defensive players. As you can see, Zoe, he was havoc all night. I think he had like 5 steals. Zion coming over big blocks. Steven, protecting and holding down the paint. So, I definitely think it's we long and athletic like the team was in Milwaukee. And, right now that's how we stand in games. We got to continue to do that.
What's up, Eric? This is Will from The Athletic. Coach mentioned earlier he feels like the defense is a little bit further along than where you guys are offensively right now based on the first 3 games. What do you think you guys just have to do as a team to catch up and just get a little better offensively just to match what you guys are doing on the defensive end?
It'll come with time. You obviously got 2 new guys you're incorporating in the offense, trying to fit in right now, me and obviously Steven. So it definitely comes with time, and that's going to come with us playing more games. As we're doing, the biggest thing is, like I said, is effort. We're gonna miss, we're gonna make shots. That's gonna happen at the end of the day. But I think we're doing a great job of, on the other end of the floor, locking down, getting great confidence going down to the other end, and getting good looks.
All right, thanks, Blade. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.